Hello guys, this is Donald's Movies, and today I have a bit of a different video that I've been wanting to make for quite some time now, and I thought now would be the best opportunity to do so, as I just finished the entire RP series thing, so I thought I'd finally do it now. So today I want to discuss the age-old question since the beginning of World of Warcraft, and that is role-playing weird? Now, I've been getting a lot of comments, and just in general, you've seen a lot of people looking down upon people who actually do it. And apparently it's a thing that if you mention it, all of a sudden, everyone just thinks you're weird, like you're a role player or something like that. So, in my opinion, that definitely shouldn't be the case. And I even understand where people are coming from and that look down upon it. Now, most of the hate towards roleplay is actually the influence from the media in general and all that basement-dwelling stereotype that a lot of people like to compare gamers in general to. That has been going on for a lot longer than just World of Warcraft. Now, when did it actually start in World of Warcraft and just kinda split apart from just gaming? So, I would say somewhere between 2005 and 2007 when WoW became really popular and all of the media started talking about it, all of the mainstream media. Now, what I mean is, and I'm pretty certain you watched and you know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about those WoW addiction documentaries that started spreading like wildfire around that time, around the release of the Burning Crusade, maybe even a bit before that and even after that. So that is around the time when the mainstream media saw all the WoW players as addicts and just weird people in general. I'm pretty certain most of you already watched some of those and saw those guys like, WoW ruined my life, I don't even know what to do at this point. And then you see those kids yelling at their parents and punching walls and playing for like 24 hours or something like that, and just generally being rude. And now when those types of documentaries go mainstream, which they did, a bunch of people who don't even know how computers work or even don't know anything about gaming see it as something bad and just see World of Warcraft as a really bad thing and something that is almost a drug or just an addiction. But I, as someone who has been playing Warcraft for quite some time now, see it in a completely different light. Now, to be honest, I never really found the game that addicting, or at least addicting to a way where it would like ruin my entire life. But I guess different people find things addicting in different ways, so this is just my opinion. I know some people might find it addicting, but I find maybe some other games like Civilization a lot more addicting than World of Warcraft. Now, I've always seen World of Warcraft as an amazing community and definitely something I would love to be in and be a part of. But all this that I was talking about is just Warcraft in general. But what is the main problem going on with roleplay that makes all the players and other people see it in quite a bad light? So, for those of you that don't even know what roleplay is or never really saw it, in a general sense, it means that you get into your character and make him a part of the story of the actual world of Azeroth, and you kinda roleplay your character instead of just being another toon on like a realm or a server. Now, honestly, it is kind of a way to say playing pretend in a fancy way, but I see it as much more than that, and much more than just any game, as World of Warcraft is a massive multiplayer role-playing game, with probably the most developed universe out of all the MMORPGs, and with one of the largest fantasy universes that is still growing today. So, when I started like 5 years ago, I thought RP was weird as well, just from what I've heard in the past and all those people and the videos I watched. But then once I decided to actually go for it and don't really care too much about other people's opinions, my views completely changed. I immediately loved it, and since my first roleplay experience was in a guild, it was even more epic as we had like 20-30 people who organized specific events, so we actually had something to do, so it wasn't just like random roleplaying and just talking about anything. Also, the main reason why I liked it is because I was always fascinated with the story of the game, and this felt like an actual way to be this adventure in Azeroth and sort of feel like a part of the world and just increase the immersion of the actual game. Now, naturally, a lot of people don't get this, either because they don't particularly care for the story or just see it as pretending to do something, because that's weird because it isn't actually there. Although, when you actually have multiple people pretending to do something, it does actually turn real, or at least in this example. Now, granted, WoW is not as based on roleplay as much as I would like it to be, and you do have to kind of improvise a lot of times and make everything work. While you have games like Lord of the Rings Online, where roleplay is a bigger aspect of the actual game, and it is kind of built in, and when the developers actually worked on the game, they had roleplay in mind. And you have all sorts of these different emotes, instruments, player housing, and all sorts of stuff that kind of connects people in that way, and that kind of enables you to roleplay, or it at least helps you out. But you do have some add-ons in World of Warcraft, but World of Warcraft, just the game in general, doesn't have that sadly, or at least it's not as developed, like the RP aspect of the actual game. But what World of Warcraft definitely has is a big world and quite a developed lore. So, if you just create your own characters, you have to know a lot in order to actually make it work. You need to know how the race got there, what they're doing right now, what are their personalities, and all sorts of different information related to that. So, it isn't as simple as just making a character and just typing stuff, so it's not that, really. And of course, keep in mind that when I talk about RP, I'm also talking about serious and actually dedicated RP, and not like all these gold shires and silver moons and all of that on like different servers and ERP. And with that, you can actually see why it is considered weird, I mean, from other people's perspective. Now, I'm pretty certain you've seen the videos like Gold Shire and Moonguard, which was made many times and it got a lot of views, and even without the creators actually knowing it, they kinda made a public opinion about roleplay, and that is just life in general. I mean, when you don't have an opinion on something, or at least very little to none, only a slightest influence can actually make you love or hate something, so that is the same case with roleplay as well. Of course, all types of these gold shires don't represent actual roleplay, and everything has like a bad side. Just like you have those raids with everyone raging and insulting each other, and those ventriloquals and all of that, but that doesn't mean like every raid is like that. That's just like the bad side of it that kinda got popular, so a small part of it doesn't actually represent the entire thing. But combine that with the fact that it is pretending in a way, I can definitely see how people have the opinion of roleplay as a weird thing. But I've been trying to kind of prove people wrong through my videos and my RP guides and kind of show the good parts of it, and hopefully we'll be able to do a bit more in the future, because I look at myself like 5 years ago when I thought it was like the weirdest thing ever to do, but once I got into it I completely loved it and my views completely changed. Of course, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and I'm a strong believer that you shouldn't really care what others think about something, so if it actually makes you happy, just go for it. Even if you're uncertain about it, just try it and see how it goes. It might not be the thing for you, but that is fine, because at least you will experience it and form an opinion about it and see it from other people's point of view. Now, through my years of roleplay, I've met a lot of nice and intelligent people that I still know today. Although, granted, it is humans, so every aspect of everything has a bad side to it, so you will definitely run into some douchebags or just elitists or people that you generally won't just like, or some ERPers or people that aren't even serious or mature. But that is just life in general, and every aspect of like humanity, all sorts of groups and societies have different types of people. Alright, so that is all I have for this short discussion. I kinda wanted to address this because it has been going on for quite some time now, this entire topic, and the conclusion is, it's a point of view, and if you watch my videos and like the lore of Warcraft, but never really got into roleplay and you always thought it was weird, I would definitely say go for it and just try it out for a bit, as you're only missing out on it by not trying it. Now, I wouldn't straight out go for like the Cathedral Square or Silver Moon and start talking to randoms, as that might drive you actually away from that. But my suggestion is that you look out for the big RP guilds in your server and contact them, and you can apply for it, or even if you don't want to actually be a part of it, you can contact them and they might be able to let you tag along with them, and you can experience that entire thing and see how everything goes. So if you have like a formed, structured RP group, it will be a lot more fun than just talking to random people, as the experiences might vary quite a bit. Anyways, that is all there is for this video. Don't forget to like, favorite and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel and keeps all these videos going. And also check out my Twitch.tv stream, as I stream there a few times a week, multiple games, and you can also ask me all sorts of questions. Anyways, thanks so much for taking your time to watch this video, and see you next time.